Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the Core Racing Network. Tonight, the season finale for the Hold Your Brakes Academy Racing Series presented by PinUpsForVets.com as we are here at Charlotte for the DumpsterToday.com 100. $10 on the line for the championship, $10 extra for the championship, and really it's coming down to two drivers. I know there's quite a few still in the mix. I mean, we got 6 drivers within 50 points of the points championship, but it's really tight at the top. Joshua King leads the way by 7 points only over Jeremy Gill. Timothy Presley, Drafty Beef, Matt Ulmer, and Andrew Jones are the ones within 50 points there in the top 6. But it's really kind of coming down to those top 2 here as we head to Charlotte. Neither of them, though, have the pole. It is Tom Lanier that is going to lead them to the green flag here tonight. Timothy Presley starting on the outside of the pole. Then we got Joshua King, your points leader, starting in 3rd. Jeremy Gill starting right behind him, but in 5th place. So we'll see how these drivers tackle it under the lights here at Charlotte. 85 laps on tap. We're going to crown ourselves a champion and finish out this season here. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank our series sponsor here, once again, PinUpsForVets.com, and Joe Thomas, as I believe, I thought he was going to be in the race here tonight, but yeah, he is indeed. He's starting 12th. He is starting 12th. He's finally back here.
Finally, he's out there.
Yeah, car call there. We're turning the booth by Jimmy Cover. Jimmy, season finale here for these boys. They put on a heck of a season so far.
Yeah, one heck of a season going on here with the Hold Your Brakes Academy as they tackle on Charlotte here for 85 laps. And before we get started here, as they take the track here for the event here tonight, it's going to be Tom Lanier on the pole with Timothy Presley on the outside, then Joshua King and David Shively there for row number 2, number 3, Jeremy Gill and Bryson Anderson, James Smith and William Martin there for row number 4, row number 5, Robbie Miner and Tiffany Ellis, row number 6, David Chapman and Joe Thomas, Robert White and Shane King for row number 7, row number 8, Tyler Edmondson and Aaron Genske, row number 9 is going to be Andrew Jones and Drafty Beef. Along with the rest of the field here back here, it's going to be Zach White and then Robert Altman, Tristan Miner and Dylan Jacobs, Ryan Perrone Sr. and Steve Harrison, Jorge Ledesma back there in P number 25, and Rob Higgs in that pink machine, I believe. I didn't quite see his car yet. And then Sean McLean and Thomas Osborne, and then round up the back of the field is going to be Don King. So 85 laps on tap here tonight with 29 of your favorite drivers here. So can't wait to see how they manage it tonight.
Well, we're coming out of turn number 4. Pace car is in, and we are going to get the last green flag of the season. We'll see if these drivers can get all the way from green to checkered. Great start from the 1 on the outside is going to actually take the lead into turn number 1. Timothy Presley trying to grab the early lead here from Tom Lanier and running that high line. Definitely a few different lines here at Charlotte can be run, especially under the lights. A little cooler track temperatures out there is going to allow for a few different lines, but really just need to get this field kind of in a groove, spread out here a little bit. You can go 2 wide, you can even go 3 wide here, but plenty early on in this race. I want to make any kind of crazy moves too early. Keep that car intact. You got to make it 85 laps.
Yeah, I mean, this track does like to eat some tires. It's not too bad, Carl. I mean, obviously it's fast. It's a very familiar track for a lot of drivers, being one of the starter tracks that NASCAR fans and even some of the overlords when you get out there and to start these races. I don't know if the new track is on there, if it's a legacy, but I do know that it's one of the new or more popular tracks as far as beginners go. Some good racing you can see. Just like the start here, they're still 2 wide up front. Tom Lanier looking down at that inside on the outside of the pink and black. Number 1, Timothy Presley trying to use the high. So 2 different lines already being used here early as we are underway here on lap 3 of 85.
Yeah, and it's pretty amazing. You see Tom Lanier diving down to the inside into the corners. Seems like he's easily got him, and probably would if he want to pull a little asphalt slider and slide in front of the one in Presley, but Presley just keeps it at that top lane, and you just see it. As you get about a third of the way through the corner is when the top line just has so much more momentum already and rockets him off of the corner. But a little bit of a 4-car breakaway here at the front as it's Presley, Lanier, Gill, and King. So we already got Jeremy Gill jumping up in front of Joshua King. It's what he needs to do here tonight. He needs to finish ahead of that 17. Maybe he needs to get a little bit of luck as well. 7 points, not that much to separate the top two coming into the finale. And Jimmy, I don't know what it is about this season. I'm not just talking about Hold Your Brakes Academy. I'm talking about this CRN season, because all these series coming down to the end, down to the wire, and just about every one of them is coming down to it for the championship. I mean, we've seen it on Sunday night. We've seen it on well, we were seeing it here Monday night. We've seen it last Wednesday night. I mean, it's crazy how many of these championships are not just walkaways. I mean, we've seen it a couple times where, you know, I know on Wednesday nights we've had Craig Jancic walk away a couple times, but end up losing it here on championship night this season. And this one here tonight, it is definitely not going to be over until 85 laps are done.
Yeah, there's plenty of racing to be had, and I think it has to deal with obviously the type of drivers we have on the track, you know, being so close in you know, their leagues and the field as far as skill level goes, and they continue to have just kind of great racing and you know, kind of all over the place. Just people learning, people getting a little faster as the season goes on, all types of things to kind of take into consideration when we're racing with any of these leagues, you know. And there's great racing just from the front to the back, no matter where they at. I know I don't really joke around about it. I'm still pretty serious about the midfield battlefield, as it is probably one of the toughest places to be in, no matter what league you're at. But yeah, just constant competitive driving and racing throughout the track. And go back out front. It does look like we do have some action up front there. Looks like Dong King went off track, so I'll go here and check out what happened here real quick. There's still green here. We'll go back here with Dong King and the number 70 machine here. Looks like coming off turn number 1, it's just coming across the nose of the 60. It's going to turn them both kind of sideways. They're going to go for a ride down through the infield just a little bit. 70 a little more than the 60, but quick ride through the grass here. And back, they'll go here. I'll speed it back up here to normal speed as they come through. Oh, with 60 just getting away with that one. Looks like that was the 50 getting away with not getting into the 60. So see a little smoke there on the wall. So action kind of got a little hairy for a few drivers as those two drivers made it through the grass and back on the trip.
Yeah, apparently you don't want to have a last number of 0 here. I mean, we've seen the 50, the 60, 70 all involved here so far. 0, not exactly where you want to go. But number 1 right now is number 1. That is Timothy Presley out front. Tom Lanier, Jeremy Gill, Joshua King, and James Smith for your top 5. But already a battle once again for the lead in the 88. Had to make a heck of a save there after getting tagged by Bryson Anderson in the 7. And still trying to save it big. Hit into the wall for the 69. We're all going to stay clean. Well, not clean, but we're going to stay green for now. That was some rough hits right there for the 88 and for the 69, but going to keep this thing green. But Tom Lanier has made the pass and moves back up into the number 1 spot.
Yeah, don't squeeze too hard. Your pants might be brown in those cases there as those drivers continue to battle here. We're in the midfield battlefield, as I call it. And you can see why, as they're 2 wide, 3 wide, running through the grass, bumping, banging, scratching the wall. I mean, yeah, battlefield not letting me down, Carl.
No, exactly. It doesn't week in and week out. It doesn't let us down. And there's plenty of battles all throughout the field here, but it just seems like that's where I don't want to say everybody congregates, but it seems like, you know, some of the faster guys trying to work their way through the field, some of the slower guys trying to find that pace and keep up. They all kind of congregate right in that one little pocket, and we're seeing some good racing here and some rough races from some of them here. But to keep it green, keep it flying here, and good start here. And unfortunately, Don King was the sponsor here for the race here tonight. Didn't have a good start to it. And how about Tom Lanier getting a win? Somehow he stays it.
Holy cow.
69 going sideways on the back.
Wow.
Lanier's going to get tagged again. We'll take a look at
I heard a blown car.
Initially.
Wow.
It's like Lanier's going to get away. Certainly some damage, but Man, we'll take a look at what happened initially on this one, and then go through. I did see the 69 go sideways and kind of start that second little bit of wrecking, but not sure what happened here with the 99.
Let's see. That was.
I think it was Jeremy Gill possibly getting in them.
I'm trying to see where it happened up front here. This. Oh, let's see. Where's Lanier? It does look like just kind of breaking loose on their own.
Yeah, no contact. If that was contact, that was the worst netcode contact I've ever seen. It almost seems like it. Well, it almost seems like there was netcode contact because it kind of
right there.
Yeah, right there. It looks like about 5 feet of netcode contact. That was absolutely horrendous, and unfortunately, that is your leader, the 99 of Tom Lanier, going down. Hard impact in the inside wall. Got it back going straight, but that was a 69 of Robert White. I know he got involved here and I'm sliding sideways and ended up getting into the back of the 99 here as well.
Yeah, he's holding his brakes right there and got the car kind of pointed in the right direction and figured, let's go. Obviously a little slow, heading down towards the bottom of the track, trying to keep it out of most drivers' way as they make their way by. And then here comes mid-pack Battlefield racing. And it looked like the 69 there. And I'll go ahead and I'll pause it real quick. But it all started with the 69. Back just a little bit. And I think they were just checking up. And that's Robert White in the 69. So we'll just back up here.
Into him or not. Like maybe a little contact or maybe even some more netcode contact between
Altman.
Him and Robert Altman there on the inside. Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like they touched, but it was close enough that maybe netcode registered. And
wow,
the 69 didn't have a good lap or two right there after getting in their front stretch wall, and then another one.
Oh,
but then slides backwards and back to back, butt to butt there with the 99 of Tom Lanier. Going to bring out a caution, which is, I guess, kind of good for Lanier because he already had damage. He was already going to have to come into the pits. At least this way he gets the caution that he probably deserved on the first wreck. And everybody can get their repairs, get back out there. But it's going to be Jeremy Gill, second in points. Joshua King, first in points on the front row. It's exactly what we wanted to see. Mano y mano at the front of the field already here early on, only 15 laps into this race.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of chaos here with a few of the drivers, some skirting by barely. 218 getting wrapped up. Welcome back, Joe. back at the grass here at Charlotte. But yeah, definitely an interesting one here. A lot of cars kind of mixing it up here, but quick caution here brings everybody down for some pit stops. And like Carl said, Jeremy Gill out front with Joshua King on the outside. Robbie Minor and James Smith will make up row number 2. And then Aaron Genske, Drafty Beef, Andrew Jones, Tristan Minor, Don King, and Timothy Presley to make up your top 10.
Well, thank everyone for tuning in here tonight. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, as we're going to get this thing back underway. Jeremy Gill, your control car, is going to blink out at the green, and he's going to blink away as he's going to fly away from the field.
That was
here.
one heck of a start.
Yeah.
Jumping jack flash.
He hit that little button to give him a little extra boost, and it took him completely off our screen. But Timothy Presley trying to come back through the field here, as he was one of the probably half the field coming in to the pits this last time here, and he's the one that led them out. Does have some fresh tires on that one, so he's going to want to put him to work here pretty early, but stuck right now behind Don King in the 70, just outside the top 10, as we've got looks like the top 11 did not make a pit stop right there. 14, 15 laps into this race. I mean, are you surprised with that, Jimmy? It's only an 85-lap race, and these guys do have they do have 3 sets of tires in the pits. I know maybe early for tires, but I don't know. I mean, 15 laps is enough, I think, to get them worn up a little bit, and maybe want some fresh one on there, but certainly both our points leaders didn't think so.
I mean, if they were overdriving the car, which is possible, Timothy Presley on the outside wall, and got to get involved in one here as caution flies yet again here. But Timothy Presley was involved with somebody, and with, I think it was Osborne. So we'll go back there and check to see what happened here. See the one getting a run on that outside, trying to make it work. That code with the wall, off the wall, very limited brace, and kind of getting squeezed there by the 57. Probably didn't think he was up there, or he just had just enough room, but that's going to spin the 57 around. One's going to keep on going, but going to end up sustaining some damage there. Pretty good job holding the brakes. See, the brakes are locked up on that car in the front. Everybody kind of going down and avoiding that situation there.
But that's now two of our well, both of our front row drivers here to start this race have now had some issues. Obviously, in the first one there, we've seen the 99 of Tom Lanier have his issues getting sent down to the inside wall, and then right there, the one of Timothy Presley starting the outside of the front row, and he had some issues right there. So he's going to bring the one back down into pit road, as we'll see. Few drivers coming out of pit road, but the top 6 are going to stay out. Jeremy Gill, Joshua King, Aaron Genske, Drafty Beef, Tristan Miner, and Dylan Jacobs. Looks like Andrew Jones is also going to stay out there, so the top 7 going to stay out.
Yeah, and I go back to the fact that you're like, it's kind of surprised some drivers didn't take tires. I do know here about 15 to 20 laps, and your tires really do start feeling like doo-doo if you've overdriven them. Typically, full tank of gas, 100%, obviously, you're probably getting like 40 plus on a set of tires. So maybe just trying to be a little more cautious, making sure that in a beginner league kind of like this, where people can make mistakes, having that fresher tire at the end could net you a possibility of having a good drive with the tires. But track position kind of important at the moment, as everybody's trying to fight to those final last positions and try to stay up as high as they can to get that great finish here tonight. But right now it's going to be Jeremy Gill and Joshua King up front, then Aaron Genske, Drafty Beef, Tristan Miner, Dylan Jacobs, Andrew Jones, David Shively, Tyler Edmondson, and Tom Lanier for your top 10.
I already gave him a shout out, but I want to give a shout out again to PinUpsForVets.com and Joe Thomas for sponsoring the series, not just this season, but also next season as well, as CRN is going to be back to cover another season for Hold Your Brakes Academy, and no small part because of Joe Thomas and PinUpsForVets.com. So certainly check them out, check out the website, and check out all the great stuff the girls do on there for the veterans, as it's certainly for a great cause. But we got to get back to green flag racing here. It is, again, Jeremy Gill, Joshua King on the front row, and I'm sure Joshua King doesn't mind the spot that he's in right now. He's right there. He's got Jeremy Gill in front of him, but only just. He's at one spot in front of him. It's not going to be enough, at least I don't believe, to make up that 7-point difference. And I'm sure he doesn't mind Gill blinking out every once in a while as well, and hoping that maybe he blinks out for good. That would certainly make his job a little bit easier. But either way, it's been a great season. It's gotten us to this point here to have a great finish to the point season. But we got to finish out here with a winner, let alone a championship winner here tonight, as we had quite a few different winners throughout this season. It's been a fun one, and like Jimmy said, it's a beginner type of league here. It's newer drivers, it's drivers that don't have as much experience, trying to get out there, and really they're just looking to have fun. And I think it's pretty safe to say they had a lot of fun this season. I know we did as well, and looking forward to see their progression next season as well. But we gotta get this thing back to green, as pace car is back in control here by Jeremy Gill. This time waits a lot later this time, maybe trying to catch the 17 off guard and maybe did here a little bit, as the 115 of Aaron Genske going to get a good enough jump to dive it down into turn number 1. Got a slight advantage. Can't clear the 17 though. Drafty Beef trying to get up there as well, but it's going to be side by side. And the run for the 17 is going to get him back into second momentarily. But the 115 against is going to keep fighting him.
Yeah, they're going to keep him up there for a little bit. Obviously, you know, early on, tires are cool. It's kind of easy to go too wide, to be honest. The thing is just got to be careful here. You see a lot of bobbing and weaving heading down into turn number 1 in front of the 22 of Tristan Miner here. Just kind of watching people go around, but 99 makes their way by as well. So, you know, the front still mixing it up here. Genske trying to get a good finish here. Got the 5 up there near the wall, though. That's Dylan Jacobs here. Let's see what's going on. He was awful close by scraping that wall just a little bit, being real high, but continues to keep things green here. As we're on lap number 25. A caution will fly. And it looks like for Andrew Jones in the 3, as they are slow down or in the pits already, but too late for the cautions that's come out. We'll go back here and is that it? Nope, that's for here. There it is.
Wide on 1 and Timothy Presley again, possibly involved in this one.
51.
And yeah, the 51 drifting
the
up.
1. Oh, innocent bystander.
Back of the 3 right there.
Wow.
And that's going to be a hard impact there for Andrew Jones on the front stretch. And ends up sticking into the wall a little bit, which is probably good for his competitors coming up through there. Somehow the 54 is going to sneak on by. But that was, looks like the 3 spinning his wheels to try and keep it up there against the wall. So that's a great job by him. And an unfortunate event there for the 3. But tell you what, Timothy Presley not exactly having a good start to this race. He's showing right now in 14th position. Not sure if he got a penalty or not for this one, because he did get sent down towards pit lane, but now it looks like it was past pit lane. It was a little kick there on the front stretch. Got me a little confused.
That was a roval.
You do more long maintenance.
That was a roval. But just came in and got that car repaired. So, yeah, I'm sure not having the time of his life out there right now with the 1 here is just keeping it, I don't know, keeping it real out there. It's tough when you're fast and you're trying to make your way up through the battlefield. He finds himself kind of working his way down to the infield there, just off the track, I should say, down below the yellow line, doing some lawn maintenance. But yeah, interesting race so far. Few cautions, but Jeremy Gill enjoying it. I'm sure, you know, since they didn't take those tires, and you talked about, you know, would you have taken tires? And well, right here, right now, I'm sure these drivers are accepting their fate, that they stayed on the older tires. They're still in the same position, and everybody else, when they do go green, is using up some new tread there. So, you know, just one more set of tires they might have in their garage when it comes down to later in this race.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it, and it kind of confused me why we didn't see drivers come down on lap number 14. I mean, we're now on lap number 26 and still haven't seen Jeremy Gill, Aaron Genske, Joshua King, Dylan Jacobs, or Drafty Beef down into the pits. But maybe you're starting to see why. You're starting to see the drivers starting to mix it up here a little bit. They don't want to get caught back in there. The 1 of Timothy Presley was one of those cars that came down on lap number 14, and he's been suffering ever since. So he's got fresh tires, fresher than everybody else, but he's having to probably use all that grip and then some just to keep that thing pointing straight. As we should be getting the 1 to go this time by Tom Lanier. Has worked his way back up there. He's back up now into 4th. He's got those fresher tires from that early pit stop as well, and certainly it's looking a lot cleaner than it did when he whacked that inside wall on the backstretch. So we'll see what the 99 can do if he can get up there and mix it up. But it's going to be Jeremy Gill, Aaron Genske, Joshua King, Tom Lanier, Dylan Jacobs for your top 5. Drafty Beef, Bryson Anderson, David Shively, David Chapman Jr., and Tyler Edmondson are going to be your top 10.
Yeah, you know, obviously got to go too wide here, following the pace car along. And you know the drivers are getting antsy here. You know, obviously watching them laps kind of tick by slowly but surely as we're on that lap 28 of 85. So closing in on halfway here. So it starts, you know, things start weighing on your mind a little bit more, like how and, you know, when can I start moving? Talking about, obviously, I just want to give a shout out to the fans out there. It does look like one of the drivers stuck down in the pits and can't move, so the race is over. And then obviously just shout out to Samantha Miner, Denise King, excuse me. And who else is out there tonight? Well, that's all it's been chatting up. But I'm sure our other fans are watching or racing at the same time as well. So just good luck, be safe with those that are listening and racing. And any of the other fans out there, continue to cheer on your drivers as we'll continue to cover where they're at here on the track. But right now, it is Jeremy Gill up front with another good start. Joshua King this time taking that second place pretty well there. And then it will be Tom Lanier back on that outside, coming back up to the field, like you said, back up into Pete, number 4.
Yeah, this was a good start here for Joshua King to get back into second place. Lost it on the last run there to Aaron Ginsky, but he's got Jeremy Gill once again right in front of him, right where he wants to be. I'm sure he doesn't like to see that 4 leading, but it's I don't believe it's going to be enough to get him the points championship. It's going to tighten up, certainly, and I'm sure if Joshua King had his wish, he'd be in front. He'd be the one being chased, but either way, second place right now for the 17. Biggest mover of the race so far, you're looking at him right there, the 5 of Dylan Jacobs, up 17 spots after starting back there in 22nd place. And do got to talk about the field here tonight. We had 28 cars take the green flag here tonight for a season finale, Jimmy. I don't care if you're a beginner league, I don't care if you're a season league, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's really hard to continue to hold a steady field. It seems like most leagues kind of go through the same trend, you know. Typically towards the end of the season, you know, somebody doesn't have the opportunity or to have a good finish to the season. They usually just take that opportunity to go do something else. You know, let's go spend time with their family or whatnot. Just knowing that they can't compete. But, you know, these drivers that, you know, coming out here each and every week, it just shows the camaraderie. No matter if they know they're going to win or have the opportunity to win or not, is going to get out here, have fun, and practice your racecraft here, as that's what this is. Every time you get in the car, and just kind of be here live, put on the show here for the fans that's on CRN, and you know, just compete against your fellow drivers here at Hold Your Brakes Academy.
We got a nice little green flag run here. As one thing that was voted on for next season is how much fuel they're going to be taking in these cars. As this season, I believe, was 75%. They're going to be cutting it back to 50 for next season, which will potentially give us some more pit stop opportunities and really kind of mix up this field. As man, it's starting to get mixed up here already. 54 into the wall via the 52 there. Now the 52 into the wall as well, but they're going to keep it straight, keep it going here. We'll keep this thing green, but not for long, as the 52 down. Looks like the 94, I believe, got involved in that one as well. Some more hard impact.
Yeah, it's William Martin and Robert Altman getting kind of wrapped up here. We'll take a closer look right there. You can see the 52 coming off the wall, trying to catch it. Doing a pretty decent job. Okay, get a little too far left, a little too far right, some net code, and coming across the track and gets into it there with the number 94. Hoods go flying off the turtle machine. Georgia down on the wall. 94 misses the 52, gets into the wall. You see brakes are being held. They're being just locked up, sliding around there as those drivers come to a stop there. You see the 53 and the 218 making their way by. As those drivers come to a stop, 3 will make their way by as well. So another just couple car incident here on lap number 34. And yeah, caution again. So coming up on that halfway mark, Carl, some drivers having some issues continuing to get that throttle down and find their way around this track.
Yeah, it's proven to be a little tough for some of them, and it's I know this is a quote unquote beginner track. I know it's one that is part of the beginner package that you don't have to buy. It's a lot of races are here, whether it's starting off in the street stocks or anything like that. I mean, you have a lot of laps here at Charlotte, but at the end of the day, is it really one of the easier tracks out here? I feel like a track like Charlotte or even Atlanta, especially the new Atlanta that with the new pave, is certainly a lot easier to drive, because Charlotte, when it comes down to the face value of it, like we said, you can go 2 wide, you can go 3 wide, but it can kind of seem tight as well. Like, to me, it almost it seems kind of like Daytona-esque. How we talk about Daytona and Talladega, they're both 2.5 mile super speedways, but Daytona just feels 100% tighter, and it's you can fit 2 and 3 wide there. At Talladega, you feel like you can fit 4 and sometimes 5 wide, because it just feels so much wider there. So you feel like you have more room for activities. But here in Charlotte, you make one little mistake on that second line, you're out there in the wall.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty tight track, and I think it's just the way the corners are set up. They're not super high banked like at Daytona or Dega. So, excuse me. Oh, big old yawn from nowhere. But yeah, I mean, it just the track gets tight quick coming off the corners, and too much throttle and the rear end will come around on you too. So you just got to be. There's a lot of balance, a lot more control of the car and throttle here, not just pedal to the metal. Draft is, I mean, it works here, but it's not like a necessity like at Daytona or Talladega. You can be one of those cars will still be fast and walk away here, as you've seen just a few drivers kind of checking out from each other here. But yeah, we're on lap 37 to 85, Carl. About like I said, working on our way halfway here, as the cars are back to double file. It does look like Lanier, Edmondson, Anderson, Chapman, and Shively were in on lap 14. So your top 5 still on them older tires. And you got your next group of drivers out there that came in at lap 21 all the way back to, it looks like 26, and then everybody coming in there at 35. So the field being more and more mixed bag as these cautions come out, and who's on what set of tires on how long they can make it out there.
Well, both the drivers on the front row have those tires from the first caution that we had, but Tom Lanier was your pole sitter here tonight. Tyler Edmondson is up 13 spots, so we'll see if that 99 can get maybe a little redemption here, get to the lead, and try and keep that lead for quite some time. You see the 7 right behind him trying to go with him, but the 99 going to be shot out of a cannon. Good start there for the 7, not so much for the 121. He's going to check up that outside line a little bit, but we're going to have a cool caution here. Looks like, I'm not sure if it was...
Tristan Minor.
Yeah, Tristan Minor getting involved in that one. Just looked like maybe trouble getting up through the gears, getting those tires to grab on, and back and forth, sends the 22 of Tristan Minor into the wall. I believe it was a single car incident, though, as no, it looks like
54,
here.
52 again.
Did not see the end of it. Yeah. Rough one there especially for the 54, getting a ton of damage on the front end. But it's going to put us right back under another caution here. And we'll group them back up here one more time. Looks like the 9 of James Smith and the 52 of William Martin, both with meatballs, and I believe the 9 is actually the 54 for James Smith there. So both of them are going to have required damage, and you start to wonder now. I mean, Jimmy, these guys do have fast repairs, but they only got 2 of them. And we're starting to see some repeat offenders here getting involved in multiple incidents. And you start to wonder how many more fast repairs they actually have.
Wish I had a count. I guess that wouldn't be no fair to some of the other drivers out there. I'd go out there and wreck somebody and make sure they have to use their fast repair. But Yeah, I mean, they do have the opportunity to come in and get those, to use those mulligans, but, you know, when you're in a tight field here where everybody's fighting for those positions, they can go quick. And, but, you know, there's a comment made out there by Justin Kirby that the old and cold tires dote, and that's pretty much what it is. You know, you got old tires up front, got new and cold tires in the back, even the older tires cooling down. So just kind of trying to get the power down of these cars. It really can be tricky. And next thing you know, you're fighting the car like the 22 was, you know, trying to save it and end up maybe not so much panicking, but really being very concerned, trying to control that car, and hopefully nobody hits you. But that, you know, they didn't quite pan out there for the 22 there on that last one. So luckily to be able to come in and kind of keep going here. You know, throw out that mulligan here and get it back out and going. But a tough run for the number 22 there. But back up front there with Tom Lanier getting things done here in the number 99 back out front where he started. So 99 back to the front. And your biggest mover right now, we got a few drivers, but the one up the farthest is going to be Jorge Ledesma and the number 44. And then you got Rob Higgs Jr. showing that pink machine up 18 spots in P number 8, and Don King up 19 spots in the 7.
Obviously still plenty of racing yet to go here. And once again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in here tonight. I want to thank Don King for sponsoring tonight's race. Wasn't feeling the best, didn't want to get in here for an interview here tonight, but I want to thank him anyway for sponsoring it here tonight for the season finale here, as we're going to wrap it up here with the dumpstertoday.com 100. Pace car lights are out, and we're going to get this thing back to green. Hopefully we can keep it green after this one here, as we're certainly getting close to the halfway point right now. And pretty much once we get this thing underway, we're going to be at the halfway. So hopefully we can get these drivers some green flag laps here, maybe even a green flag pit stop before this thing is over.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a nice green flag run here for the second half of the race here. We're gonna jump on board with Don King. He doesn't want to come talk to us. We will ride on board his vehicle and see how these things start off. This could be good luck. This could be bad luck. Some people don't like it, but we're gonna give you the show anyways. Mid pack here. Well, front of the mid pack. But it's going to be an interesting one here with a mixed bag of tires out on the track currently. So Tom Lanier will start this thing off. Pace car is in. We are on board with Don King, and the green flag should fly right about now as Barney's waving up there in the tower. Lights showing up on the screen for the driver, but you can see that the bouncing around of the cars as they try to get these things up to speed. It takes about a lap or so to kind of get these things going, but with them cold tires, you know, may want to be a little more touchy. It does look like Don King's going to just allow some of those drivers to make their way by, and that's a good call when you're, you know, maybe on some older tires and maybe not the fastest one out there at the moment. So securing his spot currently. Oh, talk too soon. Oh, we're going for a ride. Way through the grass.
Almost both of our championship competitors involved in that one. The 17 and the 4 just getting by, as Don King gonna get this thing back under control. Took him a little bit, but he's back under control now. And
just like that, folks. I mean, it's just like that, and you can see Don King down out of the way. You know, but you've seen how much of a challenge it was from the kind of once he started losing it and then try to stay out of the way of the other drivers. Did a really, I think, pretty fantastic job kind of keeping control. You know, maybe just you can see he's very off the brakes, or excuse me, the gas right now, trying to just get this thing around here. So probably be thinking about coming in here shortly. Maybe he was hoping for a caution, but he slides back to P number 20, still up 8 spots, and maybe he's going to ride around here to see how things kind of pan out. So falling back quickly there for the 70 all the way back from 10th to 20th. But out front, it's with Tom Lanier as he works his way around up front, being followed around by Bryson Anderson in the number 7, hot on his tails in that striped Interstate number 7. Oh, we got it. Oh, was that David Shibley, I think, in the going around. Caution will fly.
Off the track, at least. The other drivers are going to go around by, but we'll see what happened here. The 85, he lost it by himself or not. That's going to bring us under another caution just past the halfway point. Certainly some damage on the front right of that 85. Oh, right there, got some help by the 121. Sends him around down to the inside wall. And I tell you what, that car, considering how hard of a hit it took, the car looks pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah, you got pretty lucky.
Ends up being basically a one-car incident here for the 85 of Shively, unfortunately for him. But I'll get us under another caution here. And, I mean, it was pretty close there during that run, seeing the 17 and the 4 nearly get caught up in the incident. And again, the 17 in front of the 4, Jeremy Gill. They're currently shown as 11th and 12th right now. So kind of right around that battlefield there, Jimmy, as we got some of the leaders coming into the pits. Tom Lanier into the pits. Bryson Anderson, Tyler Edmondson. Looks like David Chapman, Rob Higgs, Zach White. But the big thing, Joshua King and Jeremy Gill going off strategy now as Jeremy Gill decides to come into the pits. Joshua King decides to stay out. He's going to be shown now in 5th place for this restart. It's the first time that we're starting to see a little separation, a little different strategy here from our top 2 competitors. We still got about a half a race to see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's always fun and interesting to see when drivers decide to finally make a different move than their competitor, and you can see that, you know, that happened there. And you got somebody stopped on the backstretch here. Who's that? James Smith? What happened to him? Blinked out, came back.
So he is rolling now. Getting back in the field. Maybe he just had to go towards the back a little bit. Not really sure what happened there.
Yeah, not sure.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on my side here either. But either way, we will we'll get this thing back underway here one way or another. But I think when we do, and when we get these drivers back here, we'll give everyone in Sierra Nation a little love to hear it for the start of the second half of this race. Championship night here for the Hold Your Brakes Academy. It is Jorge Ledesma that's going to lead them back to the green flag. Shane King, Dylan Jacobs, Joe Thomas, Joshua King for the top 5. Drafty Beef, Tiffany Ellis, Robbie Miner, Ryan Perrone Sr., and Aaron Gansky for your top 10. Jorge Ledesma started back in 25th position. So he's certainly worked those pit stops to a T. We'll see if he can get the restart on this one. But once again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in here tonight. Hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that Sierra has to offer. And get yourself ready for one more Love to Hear It this season.
Yeah, it's be a sight that sounds here. So we're going to go ahead and switch it up. And we'll meet you on the flip side as they will come down here to start. As they make their way down the back stretch now. And I was gonna keep it going here as I just kind of show the replay, but here obviously another caution coming out, and we'll go back to we'll start up another love day here shortly. But to kind of go back and cover this incident, Carl stepped away to get himself a.
Now I'm back now because I see one of our championship drivers involved in this one.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to kind of stop here and just the 99, themselves just kind of breaking loose here on them fresher tires and find themselves sideways in a predicament you don't want to be, kind of trying to hold on to it, trying to gain it. And then you see the 4 getting into it, the 7, the 1. The 14 Rob Higgs is going to be able to scoot by, I think, untouched. The 3 nowhere to go. 121 to 88, 77 getting in the wall. Looks like the 64, 54 missing it. Looks like the 22 is going to slow down. Was out of it, but scrapes the 88. Yeah. A few drivers just barely making a by, but another big one here, Carl.
Yeah, and this big one here, I mean, mainly is very big because of the drivers involved, primarily being the 4 there of Jeremy Gill. And we talked about it before. We talked about it on that first incident, or the first couple incidents there, where our front row drivers were getting involved. Well, now we have one of our championship contenders, Jeremy Gill. He is now back in 21st. Certainly having to use one of his faster pairs. Not sure if he had to use any others throughout the race, but 17 of Joshua King all the way towards the front, 4th place. That's exactly what the 17 wants to see happen. I mean, I'm sure he'd love to race Jeremy Gill all the way to the end here, but I mean, everything playing out so far for the 17, but I mean, we still got more than 30 laps to go in this race. There's still plenty of racing left to go. Plenty of incidents can still happen. There's almost some incidents there under caution between Shane King and Jorge Ledesma on the front row here. But the pace car lights are out. We'll get this thing back underway here once again. The new top 10 is going to be Shane King, Jorge Ledesma, Dylan Jacobs, Joshua King, Drafty B for the top 5, Joe Thomas, Tiffany Ellis, Aaron Genske, Robbie Miner, and Timothy Presley for that top 10.
Yeah, great. Been interesting so far. Been eventful with the cautions and whatnot. Kirby out there saying that's a lot of stop dots. Yeah, a few stop dots there on that one. Good shout out to Mike Casey for stopping by, seeing how the race is going. Tough night for the drivers here on the finale there, Mike. Samantha saying nice save. Barry's rooting on the Jeremy in the 4. Matt Ulmer says the 60's looking strong up there. Yeah, not too bad there for Shane King at the moment. Leading out front, I was able to get around that 44 of Jorge Ledesma. Put that 60 out front. Now he's going to lead it off here as they back under green here one more time on lap number 53. And he gets back out in front of Jorge Ledesma, Dylan Jacobs, Strappy Beef, and Joshua King for your top 5.
So once again, we'll give it the old college try here one more time and crank it up for everybody and give everyone out there in Sierra Nation a little love to hear it.
I love to hear it. Yeah, just for all you fans out there, I see you filling in maybe some of the newer fans here at Sierra. Yeah, we do love to hear it out there. Just kind of let the cars ride and roar out there. We did add that little caution there, but right now it is only 20 laps to go. Dylan Jacobs out front over Jorge Ledesma. Robbie Miners sitting there in P number 3. That's Dave Chapman, Timothy Presley, Rob Higgs, Jeremy Gill, Joe Thomas, Joshua King, and Aaron Genske for your top 10.
It's been certainly an up and down race for our championship drivers here this season, or not this season, well, a little bit this season as well, but certainly tonight, as we now see that the 4 of Jeremy Gill moving up there. He is up in the 4th, actually 3rd, 2nd. Moving on up there because something is going on at the front. Some big contact. A lot of drivers involved. One of them is Joshua King getting involved in this one. So we're definitely going to have to take a look at this one and rewind it back. And the wreck happened at the front. Jeremy Gill did get a piece of that one, I think multiple times actually. The 17, you see the hood up on his car as well. Close battling, looked to be 3 wide. But the 53 of Robbie Miner may be taking just an unorthodox line through the second part of the quad over there on the front stretch. And then once they kind of group back together, calamity ensued. As you see the 88 trying to go up the middle, David Chapman, and actually looks like he was the one that took the bad move down into turn number 1 there. Turn the 53 and the 44. The 1 tried to sneak by, got caught up by the 55 and the 44. You see the 17, big damage to the front end. Then you see the 4 right there getting caught up again. If he doesn't have another fast repair, that could be the end of the night there for the 4, as he does have a meatball. He's in the pits, and I'm not sure if he has got that thing repaired or not. Looks like Joshua King is in and back out.
What a 7 hit the 14 and sends him for a ride upside down.
Yeah. Can't see the pink if it's the underside of the car. I guess he has a spray paint the bottom of that car as well, but Rob Haig's going for quite a ride on that one, and this was definitely the big one here at Charlotte.
Yeah, that's a lot of cars involved. That's almost half the field. Close to 10 cars involved here as the drivers come down to take their stops. And I'm going to pull up the tower here. Carl talked about meatballs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meatballs on those cars out there that are down in the pits, whether they towed. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they have a fast repair and can get back out there. But some people go out laps down already. Jeremy Gill a lap down. Anderson is 2 laps down. Chapman 2 laps down. Lanier's 15 laps down. So yeah, some big problems for some big drivers out there. Right now that leaves Ryan Perrone out front in the number 50 to lead this thing. And then Drafty Beef and P number 2, Tiffany Ellis finds themselves in P number 3. Shane King's in 4th, and 5th is Joe Thomas. Dylan Jacobs back in 6th. Don King up in 7th. Joshua King in 8th. So big, I guess, kind of a lucky move there. It does look like that 17 had a fast repair and is back in the running here up front, but big separation now between your championship drivers, leaving King out front by quite a big distance. And it's not over by any chance, obviously, with 16 laps to go, but more and more looking closer like it's going to be that 17 as your champion here tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it is over because that does still have it. And I mean, even if he's back in pits, he would have been towed back there by now. And that could be the end of the night, the end of the championship hopes for the 4 of Jeremy Gill. And it could all but hand it to the 17 of Joshua King.
He's in the chat saying he's done. We're done.
And that is an absolute shame to see it come down to that right there. But taking a look back at the season here, he was the one that won the season opener at Homestead, Miami. Then it had Timothy Presley, Matt Ulmer, Matthew Everett, Timothy Presley again, Matthew Everett again, Andrew Jones, Jorge Ledesma, Tom Lanier, Jeremy Gill, Kelly Akron for our winners this season. Definitely want to give a shout out to Kelly Akron. Finally trying to get back on the mend, and then some more health issues. So shout out to Kelly out there, hopefully feeling it better and get back out for next season. But we're back racing here at Charlotte, and we'll see who's going to win this thing. I mean, we talked about the championship ad nauseum here. We got to get a winner here for the night as well. Right now, Ryan Perone Sr. in the 50 leading the way.
Yeah, Ryan Perone out front here again. Scared me. I didn't have my things scrolled up. My track actions always scrolled down, so I thought an incident happened again. I was like, again? But things keeping it clean and green here at the moment as there's moves being made through the back of the field here, back with I think it was Shane King, yep, and the number 60 trying to get that 60 back up in those podium spots. Tiffany Ellis making a move for the lead, going underside Ryan Perone, down in backstretch, down in turn number 3. It gets tight here, got to hold it down there.
Almost wide as Drafty Beef on the inside there, the 5. Dylan Jacobs looked to try and sneak in there, but Ellis to the point here.
Oh,
and
caution.
We're going to have a caution.
Yeah, just as Tiffany got out the lead, it does look like the James Smith had an incident towards the back of the pack here. We'll go ahead and check what happened here. With only 13 laps to go, it does look like the 54. See here it happens. Just coming loose. Oh no. Oh, almost square with the water barriers there at the end of pit road, spinning out in the middle of the track. Oh, those always just look painful when they hit those, but all by themselves. But enough that the car did go by, so that's what would throw out the caution flag here for iRacing. So late race caution here. Tiffany Ellis is out front with Drafty Beef, Ryan Perone, Dylan Jacobs, Shane King for your top 5. And you have Joshua King, Robert Altman, Jorge Ledesma, Davis Shively, and Rob Higgs Jr. For your top 10. Biggest mover of the night so far is going to be the number 20 of Ryan Perone Sr. Up 20 spots, Carl. Surviving tonight, basically.
Number 50 there of Ryan Perone Sr. As I mean, it's definitely been. I get it. It's the last race of the season, and maybe these drivers are driving it like, you know what, we got all off season to repair these cars and get them ready for the season opener. So maybe they're driving like it doesn't really matter, and just leaving it all out there on the track. Well, Tiffany Ellis is going to be your leader. We're going to double them up here next time by. Looks like as we got the 2 to go that time by, we'll get one more pace lap here. But once again, I want to thank everyone out there in CRN Nation. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer, as we are in kind of a bit of the off season, if you will, or coming up on the off season for a lot of these series. But we will be starting them back up, kicking them back off here in no time, really. I mean, we got one more race for Core GT series. That's going to happen on Thursday night before they take their break for a few weeks. But all the series are pretty much going to be back up and running by the end of September, if not early October, to get another season underway. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in as much as you have so far. I know a lot of people and drivers and league owners too, with Mike Casey out there, hop around and watch not just one but a lot of our races out there. And hopefully for Mike Casey over there, 191 Motorsports, their recruitment race went well tonight, and they can boost their numbers up already for next season. If you're looking for something to do on Sunday nights, check out Mike Casey and 191 Motorsports. You're looking for something to do here tonight, get in touch with one of us or Shane King for Hold Your Brakes Academy. Tuesday nights, we have the Core Xfinity Series presented by Elwood Designs. And then on Wednesday nights, we have the doubleheader, which is going to be a triple header next week. As well, not with CSRL off right now, but CSRL off right now for the off season. And then we have the pit road speed limit racing on Wednesday nights, but we're also going to have a third one in the mix as well, starting up the following week, and trying to see
in 2 weeks I'll be on vacation. I don't know. So with that, Jimmy Covert's taking a not much needed vacation, not from CRN, but just from work and life. They're gonna take the. I got a couple kids. I got a kid's birthday, wife's birthday next month, and they love Halloween. So we're taking our trip to Universal. Orlando, Florida, over to Universal for the Halloween Horror Nights that they love to do. So we're gonna spend some time over there for the week, and then come back, be ready for these leagues to start back up. Carl, I definitely will miss the pit road speed limit racing there on Wednesday night, but I think everybody is finished up. Besides that new league with Dylan McDonald that will be racing on Wednesday.
And that's the one that I was looking up. The name of it's going to be the Mellow Yellow Cup Series. That's going to be on Wednesday nights, covered by Dylan. And then, obviously, on Thursday night, we got two more races for VVR, Virtual Velocity Racing Series, and Core GT again, final race this Thursday. But we are back to racing here at Charlotte, and we need to finish this thing off. We got about 10 laps left to go. Tiffany Ellis out there in the lead. Ryan Perone trying to get around Drafty Beef. Heading down the backstretch for 2 wide. Now looking 3 wide is Dylan Jacobs. Maybe playing a little defense and offense at the same time, as he's going to get around both of them and shoot up into second place. And now the 60 is Shane King trying to get in there. Somehow Ryan Perone slides up behind Drafty Beef. And they'll be 2 wide off the corner. Certainly can't go 3 wide off the corner here at Charlotte. Heck, even a single wide coming off the corner here at Charlotte sometimes can be calamity. But Drafty Beef fighting hard on that outside, trying to get to the outside of Shane King. He's gonna get the run 3 wide as the 85 into the wall. We'll keep it lean and green here, but Tiffany Ellis trying to hold off a charge here from Dylan Jacobs. He's got 13 lap newer tires. It's gonna be a heck of a feat here for her to hold him off.
Yeah, that's almost impossible. So it's going to be just kind of just allow that to kind of happen and maintain your position, keep your good run going. Don't battle so you don't lose an unnecessary time, and hope the drivers behind you continue to battle like they are. So Jorge Ledesma, Shane King, and Drafty Beef are battling it out there for Pete, number 3. And the more they do that, the more time they will give Tiffany Ellis to kind of secure their spot here, as we're winding down to only 6 laps to go. Obviously it's not over yet. We've been pretty caution-filled here tonight, but so far looking to maybe have this green flag run. Some big battling back here for P number 6, 5, 6 this area. Here you see Altman up in there, and the Ninja Turtle machine as well. I don't think that's actually for position though.
Yeah, it is. That is for 5th right there, as Altman now into 5th.
Altman,
We're going to try and get into 4th, as we definitely have some different tires up there right now. As that cut close right there, but Jorge Ledesma moving past Tiffany Ellis for 2nd place. Now Ellis has the battle right behind with King and Altman. Altman in that same boat where he's got 13 lap newer tires, easily going to get around Shane King. But Dylan Jacobs right now 1.2 seconds ahead. This is exactly what he wants to see. He doesn't mind if this thing goes green or not. He's got some of the newer tires in the field. He's got a good size lead right now, as we're down to 4 laps to go here at Charlotte. Robert Altman now to the inside here of Tiffany Ellis for 3rd place. Rob Higgs getting up in the mix as well. 3 cars under a blanket heading into turn number 3. This is 3rd, 4th, and 5th on your screen. And oh, by the way, there's 6th, 7th, and 8th right behind, as Robbie Minor.
Robbie Minor has been like
heck of a save.
Yeah, Robbie's been lucky. He's done that a few times now, going for a ride down to the grass. So If John Deere's not picking up the 53 for next season, then I don't know what they're doing, because definitely representing the grass here tonight at Charlotte. Still keeping it on the track, keeping it green here. Down to 3 laps to go. Dylan Jacobs out front over Jorge Ledesma, Robert Altman in third. And it's Rob Higgs Jr., Aaron Genske, Tiffany Ellis, Robbie Miner, Don King, Shane King, Drafty B for your top 10.
2 laps to go here at Charlotte, and you wonder if qualifying matters. Well, I promise you it does. It does matter here at Charlotte, but with everything that's gone on here in the race, with all the cautions, you take a look at what these drivers have done from their starting positions. Dylan Jacobs up 21 spots, Jorge Ledesma up 23, Altman up 17, Higgs up 22, Genske up 11. Even Don King, a sponsor of this race, making a late move. He's got the freshest tires in the field. He's up to 7th, but the white flag is out. 1 more lap to go in the season. Dylan Jacobs leads him down off of the turn number 2 down the backstretch. Ledesma trying to run him down, but the clock is going to run down first, as unless there's a mistake by Dylan Jacobs, he's going to grab the win here tonight. Doing a great job through 3 and 4, and Dylan Jacobs is going to grab the final race win of the season, and his first win on the season as well. No better time to do it than on championship night here. Jorge Ledesma Jr. going to finish up there in 2nd, Robert Altman in 3rd, Aaron Genske, Rob Higgs Jr. for your top 5. Robbie Miner going to come home in 6th. Don King, a good job finishing up there in 7th place. Tiffany Ellis, Drafty Beef, Shane King for your top 10. Your championship winner, unofficially, is going to be the 17. Finished all the way back there in 12th, and man, what could have been for the battle between the 17 and the 4. So much went on here tonight, but at the end of the day, unofficially, the 17 of Joshua King gets to celebrate.
Yeah, and obviously we'll let it's kind of a math and position thing here. Is Josh gonna go ahead and wait on the front stretch there as the 5 Dylan Jacobs celebrating there. But here's the results for tonight real quick before we get talking to drivers here tonight. But Dylan Jacobs is your winner here tonight over Jorge Ledesma, Robert Altman for your top 3. We'll talk to them here shortly. Aaron Genske, Robert Higgs, Robbie Miner, Don King, Tiffany Ellis, Jeffrey Beef, and Shane King for your top 10. Davis Shively, Joshua King, Ryan Perone, Andrew Jones, Bryson Anderson, Joe Thomas, Tyler Edmondson, James Smith for your top 18, and the rest of the field here. Jeremy Gill finishing back in 19th. Timothy Presley was up front early, finishing in 20th. Dave Chapman, Zach White, Tom Lanier, another driver up front early. Tristan Miner with some late race incidents to put them behind. Steve Harrison, William Martin, Thomas Osborne, Robert White, and Sean McLean for your 29 drivers. You might have not got your finish here tonight, but obviously next season, there's another season just around the corner, as the schedule is out. CRN will be back to continue to put on the show here with Hold Your Brakes. Before we get talking to the drivers, actually, so we want to make a shout out to them, but a shout out to all the fans that keep coming back here. Everybody out there, Samantha, Barry, Dylan popping in here towards the end. Operations Motorsport, thanks for hopping in. I hope to see you out there. Jeremy, for coming in after you're out of the race, appreciate it. Kathy Ellis, Denise King, Barry, as always, Raven Striker, Justin Kirby, Matthew Ulmer. Who else? I don't want to miss anybody here. Mike Casey. I think I got everybody. Nope, Zebra was talking early. Yeah, so that was about everybody. But I appreciate everybody for chatting and keeping the chat lively there, and keeping up the family. But congratulations to the drivers this season, and of course the winners here tonight.
Yeah, before we get to the winners here for the night and for the season, I want to bring in our season sponsor, Joe Thomas, and he's obviously with PitMsForVets.com. And Joe, want to thank you. I'm sure the the league owners and admins and everything here for Hold Your Brakes Academy thanked you plenty for the season, but want to thank you for this season. Want to thank you for next season as well. I mean, you're really the reason that we're here and get to bring Hold Your Brakes Academy under the CRN umbrella and get to bring it to all these fans out here.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure being able to host, or not host, but sponsor this season and next, and bring on, promote an awesome nonprofit for veterans, and also just I see the potential in this league, and that's what prompted me to be able to support it this way, and hopefully it keeps on growing like it has, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, obviously, we're talking about the race here tonight. Maybe not the race that you wanted, finishing back there in 16th, and I'm sure not enough racing for you for this season, with obviously being a little busy in the real life there. But I know you try and catch the broadcast whenever you get a chance to, and watch your fellow competitors out here racing.
Yeah, real world racing takes priority, fueling up for the Random Vandals team in SRO series across the nation, and hopefully get to continue with them next year as well as they step up to IMSA. And but yeah, I kind of shot myself in the foot by missing caught the pit window when I got damaged that second time, and ate the penalty, and should have just stayed out and hopped into it the next caution and sacrificed a few seconds a lap with the damage.
Well, either way, you at least got a chance to get out here and mix it up with the boys and girls out here one last time for the season. So I'm sure that at least brought you a little smile to your face before you guys take a little bit of a break for the off season. Then we'll be back out there with you guys for next season. But before we let you go and get out of here, I want to say thank you one more time and give you a little chance for any shout outs you may have.
Yeah, big shout out to you guys, you and Jimmy, for hopping on board with the broadcast and sometimes being with us through all the pain as well, and taking a week off. Just something about it on iRacing, no matter who it is, everybody hits the reset button in the brain. But we'll see how it goes, and 3 or 4 weeks after a few practice rounds. And as always, hit up pinupsforvets.com to get some veteran-based doodads and whatever, get the 2025 or 26 calendar, and support veterans in hospitals and with their hospital tour and all that jazz that they do with Pinups for Vets.
Well, like I said, I want to thank you again, and certainly everyone out there, check out pinupsforvets.com and give them any kind of support that you can. We'll let you go celebrate your season finale one way or another, and certainly I'm sure mix it up with these boys in the off season as well, and we'll see you next season.
All right, have a good one.
That is Joe Thomas, driver of the 218, and the man kind of reason behind us here at CRN covering the Hold Your Brakes Academy via pinupsforvets.com. But it's time to get to our finishers here tonight. We'll start with our top three, then we'll get to our unofficial champion there as well. But third place here tonight, and gotta check it because for some reason it always goes back on me here. But yeah, third place tonight is going to be the 94. Come on, work with me. There we go. The 94, Jimmy. Third place tonight is going to be the 94 of Robert Altman.
Yeah, Robert, Jimmy, and Carl in the booth. Do you copy?
Yeah, I got you.
You had your hands full tonight, sir, as definitely a lot of wrecks to kind of avoid or be involved in, but at the end, you found yourself where you need to be. On a pretty good set of tires, sitting in P number 3 and getting a chance for the end of the season to kind of wrap it up here, talking up here in the booth. So congratulations on that third place finish. Give us a little rundown of how your race was here tonight in that Turtles machine.
It was pretty bad in the beginning. Pretty much got 51, I want to say it was, dinged off the wall and just slid down into me. Nothing he could do about it. So it's all good. It just sucked it happen. And then that next caution that came out, I somehow got net coded, so I didn't get the lucky dog, but luckily one came too far after and just made my way through the field. And put on my last set with about 15 to go and just let her eat.
I mean, so a little bit of bad luck, a little bit of good luck. I guess the good luck come in when it really kind of mattered here towards the end, allowing you to get that third place finish here tonight. And we know you've had a busy season. Obviously, we hope to see you back next season. Is that what your plans are? Is to kind of take this momentum here from this race, take a couple weeks off and come back with a vengeance and try to get some better finishes?
Yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully next season goes a lot better than this season did.
Well, we look forward to seeing that 94, no matter what paint job you got on it, to kind of see and track your progress through the season. Like I said, we've watched you get into some pretty good ones throughout the season. So hopefully you have some better luck next season, like you had here tonight, at least to finish this thing out. So we want to say congratulations up here in the booth and give you a little time for any shouts you might have in at number 94.
First, you guys for broadcasting it. Thank you. Then, so I don't get fined, I need to thank Pinup for Vets for hosting and supporting the channel.
Yeah, I mean, the Pinups for Vets is a great shout out and a great community. Being a retired veteran myself, I know there was things that was sent out to the sailors out on deployment for like some the kind of morale and welfare stuff that they continue to do, send like care packages and stuff. It's always great. So great group of people that you all picked up for as sponsors. So yeah, can't not give them a shout out. But either way, we appreciate the shout outs up here. We love coming out here and seeing how you all drivers are improving or struggling, whatever. It puts on a great show either way, as we can spin it whatever way we want it. But you guys did a great job here tonight. Overall, the season was great. And again, congratulations on getting that third place finish here tonight. And we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
All right, man. Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
Yes, sir.
That is the third place finisher here tonight, the 94 of Robert Altman. Second place here tonight is going to go to the 44 of Jorge Ledesma Jr. Jorge, you had, I would say, probably the right tires at the right time. I know Don King had the freshest tires in the field, but certainly not enough time to catch up to you guys. But, I mean, was that kind of the deal here tonight? It seemed like, maybe 10, 15 laps. Maybe the tires weren't wearing off too much, but you guys you needed the right tires at the right time, and it was enough to get around Tiffany and have a chance, maybe late at Dylan Jacobs.
Yeah, I needed about another couple laps or another caution to come out, which I think we already had too many at that point, so it was fine going green. But yeah, it was a result of strategy. I qualified poorly, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to flip this race and hopefully, pit early. And then pit close to the end with maybe 10, 15 to go, and then just drive by everybody, and kind of worked out with that. So,
yeah, I mean, I know it's certainly that the cautions played a big part here tonight, but it's kind of crazy looking back at the finishing order. And I mean, everyone that's three of the top five drivers here tonight are up 20 or more positions. I mean, you're up 23 positions, most in the field. Dylan Jacobs, Rob Higgs, they're both up 21 positions, and even the other two, with Altman up 17 and Genski up 12. It seemed like kind of what we've seen, a bit of a roller coaster night, and you finished on the high at least.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, it was an insane night with all of the cautions and carnage and everything, and it was. I noticed that at the end too when the finishing order was done, and I'm like, wow, okay, we all started towards the back and made our way up. Maybe it was just the right play to go of hanging it back, wait for everything to clear, and then race our way at the end.
Well, either way, you got a chance to get up there. Maybe just one or two more laps. It certainly looked like you were running down Jacobs a little bit on the last couple laps, but a second place after all the carnage out here tonight's got to feel pretty good. So congrats on that. Before we go and let you get out of here, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, the second place, I'll very much take it after that 25th starting spot. But definitely thank you for you guys for broadcasting this league. Can't wait to have you guys back next season. That's going to be fun. Pinups for Vets for sponsoring this series. And then my guys at Revved Up for always helping me improve each and every week. And then our sponsors over there, Circle W Farms, Floors by Dennis, the No Names, Victory Fuel. I think that's all of our sponsors. Oh, Corn Dog Designs, and of course, Always shout out my kiddos, RJ, Brayden, Riley. Dad loves you very much.
Congrats again on your second place here tonight. Take some time to celebrate. Enjoy the time off, and then, we'll be ready to go and ready to rock just like you guys for next season.
All right, sounds good, guys. Thank you.
Second place finisher here tonight, the 44 of Jorge Ledesma Jr. Top spot here tonight, Jimmy, is going to go to the 5 of Dylan Jacobs.
Hey, Dylan, Jimmy and Carl up in the booth. You copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Not too bad. You survived tonight. You finished in the number one spot here at Charlotte, and tonight, what a roller coaster ride for pretty much the entire field. You being one of the bigger movers throughout the field. Actually, all the people that finished up front were started in the back, so it's definitely kind of a roller coaster of events here. But you find yourself late in the race with a great set of tires and in the right position to walk away the winner here tonight. Give us a little rundown of your race and how it kind of went out there for the final race of the season.
Honestly, I totally botched qualifying and spun and destroyed the car on my final lap. So put me way back in the pack, like I think 23rd or 22nd to start.
Yep.
And then just me and my spotter working together, just slowly picking our way through the field and trying to keep clean, stay out of the wrecks. Playing a lot of strategy with tires, kept going back and forth on what we wanted to do. Finally came down to it that we decided if we get a caution with anything less than like 22 laps to go, we were going to come in and get tires and let her eat on the high side, and hopefully it sticks and run away with it.
And it definitely, that strategy worked out to, good old great fashion there is, found yourself in a great spot. You're able to kind of like walk away. I think the only person that might have been catching you just a little bit was Jorge, but obviously you two had the clean air and were able to kind of walk away from the field and get them final green flag laps here. Yeah, it was a great watch. Obviously it's hard to follow exactly what everybody's doing, but to see the 5 work your way through the field is always a kind of a good thing. And that you got the time, the talent, and the patience to work through all the incidents and stuff that happened on the field, on the track here tonight. Is we know that a lot of people here are still learning, and that's what's great about this league is everybody tries to help each other, and you guys will make your mistakes and you keep going, and you still put on a pretty decent show. So me and Carl up here in the booth want to say congratulations on your win here tonight for the finale. We also look forward to hopefully seeing you next season, which is only in a few short weeks away, it seems. And obviously a shout out from the fans congratulating you as well. So you got from us, we'll give you a little bit of time for any shout outs that you may have. Or did I already do that? Did I give you time to just make shout outs? I'm losing track. Oh, well, we're going to give you some time for any shout outs you may have here. Since we walked away the winner.
I definitely want to thank Shane for putting this league together. It's a great league, always fun to run in. Don't want to give a shout out to Jeremy Gill too. He's helped me a lot since I joined this league. It's definitely made me a lot faster. Want to give a shout out to my spotter Kent, my teammate Tiffany, and just all my friends and family. And then I forget his name, I'm drawing a blank, but I want to give a shout out to the dude that sponsors this to have you guys come in and broadcast for us this season.
That'd be Joe Thomas. Yeah, that'd be Joe Thomas and the Pinups for Vets.
Yes, yep, him. Want to give him a shout out too.
I don't know how old you are, but I know I'm getting up there in a little bit of age. I guess my mind just leaves me every now and then. It just happens.
Oh yeah, especially when it starts getting this late at night.
Right, but it was awesome watching you out here, man. Like I said, again, congratulations and thanks for the shout outs. I look forward to seeing you next season, and we'll let you go celebrate with that friends and family.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and thank you guys for broadcasting.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
All right, bye.
Later.
That is your winner here tonight. First one of the season, and saved it the best for last there, winning the season ender here at Charlotte, Dylan Jacobs in the 5. Last but not least, we're going to bring in our final interview here tonight, and no better than to bring in, saving the best for last, the 17 of Joshua King. We were saying unofficial, but by the looks of it in the Discord, I think it's pretty official that you are this season's champion. So I guess First of all, congratulations to you. I mean, it didn't seem like any of you guys were just going to walk away with the season this year, let alone here on this championship night. Certainly a battle between you and Jeremy Gill, but I mean, you guys were kind of right there, side by side, pretty much for the first half of this race before you started taking some different strategies.
Yeah, man. Early on in the race, it looked like we were going to have a pretty long green flag run. Turns out the longest we got all night was that first 16 laps. It started exactly how we and probably you guys, the fans, would want it to start. Starting basically nose to tail and then racing hard down that green flag run. It put us in a really weird position of when to pit. And so we finally had to pit, put us back in the field, and then he got caught up in a restart incident, and I'm sad for him that it went that way. Kind of the exact opposite of how the rest of the season has went for both of us, where we're both super clean and battling it out for every race, one position at a time. But unfortunately, that's the way racing goes. Sometimes I got fortunate missing a couple wrecks and then didn't miss one by that time he was done. But yeah, feels incredible to win and to not even have a win on the season in a race is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's not the way you draw it up for sure, and I'm sure a 12th place finish here tonight was not exactly what you were envisioning to get yourself a championship. But hey, it doesn't matter; it works out, right?
Oh man, with the week off was torture, man. Like it was just every single night, and put in extra practice. It's like, okay, if I lose by him just beating the brakes off me, great, that's fine with me. If I lose by getting wrapped up in an incident, that's part of racing. The one thing I didn't want to do is come out here and cost myself, with a silly speeding penalty or causing a wreck. We've all seen me do it this season. So it happens. And not what we envisioned, definitely, especially by the way the start was. With them starting fifth, me starting third, but that's kind of how it goes sometimes. And happy for Dylan for sure to get up there and get a race win. And some of the other people that have some strong finishes build that momentum. Just a rough race. I think that week off and then being championship night, everyone was kind of extra amped up and love Charlotte. It's a track you can really wheel the car around. And I think people just got a little out of control, a little aggressive, and it is what it is. But yeah, we won, man. Yeah. Pretty cool.
I said to Jimmy, it seemed like everybody was racing like they knew that they had 3 weeks off to repair whatever damages that they had, and then they're going to leave it out there on the track. Well, that's what you got. You guys got 3 weeks off before you kick it back off at Echo Park, formerly Atlanta Motor Speedway, and you start off there, and then right back to Charlotte in week number 2. Do you take any time during this off season to try and figure out what the hell you got to do to get a win here for next season? Or do you just, it ain't broke, don't fix, just go out there, not win a single race and win another championship in season 4?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to get a win. I had 2 wins last season, ultimately didn't lead to the championship. So I think a consistent finish, top 5 finish, and getting the championship definitely beats that. But I don't know. I mean, I want to come back full time next season, but also football's starting up. I got a trip planned to my pops, literally first week of the season. So we're gonna see how much the 17 can get out there. We're gonna rebuild the team a little bit, if you will. Have a little bit of a different look to us next season, but. I mean, we're looking forward to it. But for right now, for the next 3 weeks, I beat myself up over the last couple of weeks about how this race could go. So for now, we're just going to enjoy it, I think, and let it sink in.
Well, I mean, you kind of said it yourself there. You won in season 2. It didn't lead the championship. This year, we had 9 different winners. None of them won the championship either. So good luck on not winning a single race next year. and maybe having a chance at a championship. That's hopefully we don't see in victory lane, I guess, and we'll see you get a chance at a championship again. But either way, it was a heck of a run for you, and yeah, I mean consistency is definitely key. No matter if you're getting wins or not, you need that consistency to get you a championship, and you did it here for this season. So congrats again on the season 3 championship. Before we let you go and celebrate, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, first and foremost, man, like I just want to say thank you to everyone that's like supported me. A lot of people, as you guys probably know, take this as a joke or just a game, and it may be just a game ultimately, but I started iRacing when I was in a really bad spot, and it pulled me out of a really bad spot. And it's just cool. My mom, Majestic Promotional and Brand Apparel, where we sell our merchandise. She's been awesome. She's even helped supply some of my setup and my rig back in the day when I started. And then, let me get my thoughts together. Pinups4vets.com, of course, for sponsoring the season, bringing you guys in. Coming back for next season, which is amazing. Your broadcast, it's absolutely incredible. Brings the excitement to it every week, so I love watching it back, and as do most of us. And then Shane for putting this on. He does such a great job and keeps us informed. He's very communicative. He really strives for us to get better, and I want to keep seeing some of that. It's building the competition. I think we see that week to week with new people running up front, getting wins. You said it yourself, 9 different winners, pretty incredible. And then SM Racing Products. And last but not least, for sure, I mean, everybody at Royalty Motorsports, my team, cheering each other on every week, communicating, having fun, and building it. I mean, 2 years ago when I started the team, I would have never thought that it built into what it is now. And it's just so much fun to like have those friends, and even some I'd call family now, away from real life, and being able to escape it here. And Jeremy Gill too. I mean, we put on a lot of really great shows for everybody this year, and we always race each other clean. Competitiveness runs fierce through us. We get into it every so often, but he's one of my true friends that I've met from iRacing also, and he'll be back stronger next year, no doubt about that. But I've said a lot. At this point in an award show, they'd be playing the music, kicking me off. So I'm going to call it.
We'll let you keep talking. The mic is yours.
You guys are used to it by now this season. You've talked to me a few times to run on. But
I mean, hey, listen. Clearly, Jeremy Gill sealed his fate when he won week 1. Let alone when he again maybe tried to cancel out that first one with the second win, so he knew he wasn't going to win the championship, because apparently winners don't win championships. But either way, it was a fun one out here this season, and congrats on all your success. Hopefully, we do get to see you up there in victory lane. If not, I'm sure we'll see you in the podium for sure for season 4. But take some time, enjoy the 3 weeks off, enjoy the championship, and we'll see you back out there for season 4.
Nice, thank you.
That is your championship winner here for season 3, the 17 of Joshua the Viper King. Thank you to everyone for this season for tuning in. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer. Thank you to Shane King, all the admins here at the Hold Your Brakes Academy. Thank you once again to Joe Thomas and Pinups4vets.com for bringing us on board. Thank you to all the drivers. Again, I can't say how amazing it is to have this many drivers out there for a championship night for the last race of the season. As a great showing out there, and a really good look for the league. So if you're looking to get into a beginner type league here, if you're looking to just get out there, have some fun, definitely check out Hold Your Brakes Academy and get ready for season number 4 starting on my birthday on the 29th of this month. So exactly. Easy. On that note,
that is going to stop me. I'll see you in a couple days.
Exactly. Well, you're going to see us back out here tomorrow night with the pit road speed limit. Or, I'm sorry, tomorrow night is Tuesday, so it's going to be the Core Xfinity Series as they head to Worldwide Technology Raceway, as that'll be an interesting one for sure with the new pave. Got some updates coming too, so that'll be a fun one to watch. So tune into that one. But for myself and Jimmy here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, we'll see you at the track.
Peace, guys. See you next season.